Well, as I'm sure you know by now, we have been regularly dropping these little videos and doing interviews with some of the people who have been moving on from Gaimea. And I'm pleased now to do an interview with someone who is joining Gaimea. I have with me Catherine Lewis O'Connor.
Yes.
I keep forgetting the O'Connor part.
So do I.
And the reason is because you were recently married.
Yes.
Who are you married to, and when did you get married?
I got married in May 2020 by you,
Yes.
in the midst of COVID.
Yes.
To Conan O'Connor.
Yeah.
Who was on Instagram a couple of weeks ago or something.
Yeah, something.
You might have
I
seen
think
his face.
One of the stories on our social media. So Catherine's been around the church. Kat has been around the church for quite a long time, and I'm delighted, as we've announced previously, that Kat is now accepted the role to oversee our youth and young adults, to step into the role that Matt Willis until recently held, but because of his moves, we've needed someone in that spot, and Kat's said yes. So tell us a little bit about your background, because you're not new to youth ministry or new to Gaimea Baptist Church. In fact, many people are like, we know who she is. But for those who don't know who you are, give us a bit of your background in youth ministry in particular.
Yeah, I started attending youth here as a youth child when I was in year 5, I think. So that's about, I tried to do the math this morning, and I think it's about 18 years.
Wow.
And then I haven't had a Friday off since then. But no, when I left school, I joined the youth team to do, at the time it was called Across the Way, now Edge, on Friday afternoons, and then joined the youth team to do high school on Friday nights. And since then have just stayed.
Wow. Now, for a couple of years, well, actually, let me just back up. What was the role, and this is not one of our pre-recorded questions, so like I'm putting you on the spot here, but what was the role of the youth ministry here in your journey of faith?
Yeah, it was pretty big, I think. I grew up in a non-Christian family, so for me, the church or the youth ministry was my first into church. I think I attended youth ministry at another church a few years before coming here, and then started here and just had a lot of friends in that year group, I guess, and stuck it out here. And then from there, transitioned to Sundays when I was about in year 9, and have stayed there since. But I think it was pretty big in helping me form what I understand about Jesus and what I believe.
So would you say that you came to faith through the youth ministry, or did that happen prior to? Or?
No, definitely just turned up for free food.
Well, there you go. That's the budget drain, right? But certainly worth it. So now you also, in the time that you've been involved in youth, you did a couple of years as youth intern.
Yes.
Can you just reflect a bit on that? What was your role then?
Yeah, I did 2 years as the youth intern. I finished that up about a year ago, I think, in 2019. And that was just overseeing Friday nights alongside Matt Willis. And getting an insider look into what running youth ministry actually looks like, as opposed to leading on a Friday night. Which was really cool.
Right. So when we say that Kat is stepping into this role, to some degree, you've kind of been doing this kind of role for quite a long time. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. So what is it that makes you passionate about young people? I think lots of people would say, okay, you started in youth ministry in year 5. It was instrumental in your own journey of faith. You've obviously loved it. You've been around for a long time, but you're recently married, so maybe now's the time to move into something else, but you're obviously still passionate about it.
Yeah.
So why are you passionate about young people?
I just think young people are the best. No, I do. I do think young people are the best, but I think it's such a special age bracket where they're exploring life, exploring faith, exploring relationships, exploring so many different things. And the fact that we get to walk alongside them through that is so special. And it's such a privilege to be able to do that just on a Friday night. But I think stepping into this role, I'm pretty excited about what that looks like in a full-time role and getting to dedicate myself to that. Yeah.
Yeah, unreal. And what are you looking forward to? I mean, again, you've been involved in the youth ministry for a while, so it's not a total clean slate for you. You know a lot of the leaders, you know a lot of the kids, all that kind of stuff. But as you step into this role, what are you excited about? What are you looking forward to seeing what God will do either in your life or in the life of the kids?
Oh, man. That's a hard one. But also, I'm super excited, as I said, to give my time to youth and young adults full-time, in that full-time capacity. I'm also just excited to see where God takes it, where God leads us, and to just, I guess, grow in my leadership as well, particularly in this space of taking on that new role and stepping out of what I know in youth ministry.
Great. And what's your occupational background? Because you've been volunteering in youth, but what have you been doing for a job prior to this being your job?
A few different things. I worked in hospitality and then did a few years doing admin, went into disability support work. That's probably been my most prominent role, and still do a bit of that now. And then back into admin at the moment before moving into this one.
Right.
Yeah.
So the move will take place early February. We're still working out the ins and outs of that, but it should be early February. We're really looking forward to having Kat join our team. I suppose again, because when she was as the youth intern, she was part of our staff in that sense. Well, you weren't around heaps then, but really looking forward to that. I know that the kids are looking forward to having you involved. The leaders are looking forward to having you involved, and it's such a provision of God that you were kind of in our midst. Right? You're kind of already here and willing to kind of talk this through and work it through. And I think that discerning where God's leading has been really exciting. So if you didn't know Kat, this is Kat. If you did know Kat, I hope you're as excited as we are. And if you didn't, I hope you're excited too. We're going to continue to let you know about some of the things that we can as we move forward. So we're kind of making some of those decisions that we can, filling certain roles as we move forward. But wanted to start with this so that you're aware of where we're up to at this point in time. I think I'll leave it at that. Thanks, Kat.
Thank you.